everyone. How are we all doing? So, today's stream, obviously, right with me, office hours, all that good stuff. But I thought maybe I'd come with a theme this week. And so, given that we did on Saturday lots of beat stuff, I thought, oh, maybe we can come and do some beats, get that sorted. So I'm going to work on my beats for a chapter and writing them, and then if anyone needs any troubleshooting or has any questions or anything, you can just head over, ask your things, all that good stuff. Yeah, so how does that sound? I mean, if you have questions about anything else, like go ahead. If there's anything I missed out on last time, absolutely, I'm happy to answer any questions you have, but maybe thinking going on the beats vibe for an arbitrary topic. Or not arbitrary, I guess a slightly less than arbitrary topic. But you know what I mean, right? The Notion document is already linked in the bio, as always. So that is good. Apparently, oh, it's just I've just got the date the wrong. It's fine. I'll change the date. You all know that it's today that I'm on, so I'll change it after the stream. But yeah. Hi. So, okay. So yeah, all I've written for today is that. Let me zoom in my screen. So I have for that was some experiments. Let me exclude from the AI context these random test scenes I was doing. So I think what I'm going to do is refresh. That was a minimize, not a refresh. Refresh because Gemini Flash 2 is now out. And then we can have a look. I might play with that as well. And then I think I might start with a bit of research for this chapter. If I go prompts, I'm going to go to my workshop chat. General purpose full codec. Do I need full codecs? I don't know. I'll see. Gemini 2. I'm guessing it's this one. Yeah, I'm guessing it's that one. Google Gemini 2 Flash. So the new Flash model is out, which is kind of exciting. So we'll see how that does. If I go into chat, I'm going to do select AI, general purpose, full codecs, Gemini 2 Flash. And then I'm just going to give the scene context of this scene. There's nothing written in the scene, so it's more a matter like if I go preview final prompt, I have a lot of like codec stuff. Oh, I have the scene stuff in as well. Ignore me, I'll have to sort that out. Yeah, Google's servers are going to be so busy today. We always joke that whenever OpenAI releases something, that's when Google does it too. Let's exclude all of that from AI. I'll stay here. Okay, so At the start of this chapter, Delilah is working on repairing a water heater when the power cuts out. I think I'd like her to have some kind of electric shock or other injury from whatever happens when there's remaining charge after a but yeah, hello if anyone's joined in. I'm working on beats and I'm kind of starting off by doing a little bit of research on what I'm doing to help inform things, and then I will build out some beats from that, from my kind of super in-depth scene summary. Whatever happens when there's a... Okay, I'm kind of curious as well how much this is going to cost. So let's just preview the final prompt. Okay, so 13,000 words. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. 13,000 words. Oh, hello, essay. I hope you're doing well. Let's send. And then go to... Well, I hope to keep you company while you're at work. It's like a mini podcast on writing. Oh, wow. Uh, it might be that, you know. It's fine. That's fine. I'll just change to flash thinking for a moment to see what I can get out of it. Isn't it always the way when things are going on and you can't, like, you can't get the model that you want? Oh, Chad is also working. Oh no, thank you everyone for being here. It's nice to have some company. We can, just work on things. Yeah, I guess this is like prime working time for like most people, myself included. Okay, right. Let's bring some. I find yeah. Okay. Given the limited tech and aging infrastructure, we can lean into something dramatic and slightly dangerous scenarios. Okay. The shock could be enough to make her stumble, lose a balance. Mental other grounds. Yeah, I mean, okay, so it's like a static discharge surprise is um the lingering jolt. I want to keep it like minor but inconvenient. So it depends on what I'm doing. For writing, it is Claude Sonnet 3.5. Maybe I quite like Gemini 1.5 Pro. But it doesn't follow style quite as well. I'm loving the new Flash thinking models for and like Gemini 2 Flash. They're very good for like brainstorming and the like. So yeah, I kind of tend towards the Google and Anthropic models at the moment. That's not to say I don't mind. I don't like I don't mind GPT. I just like, and I use the 4M Mini a lot. But like, if I was to write, if it's for prose writing, Sonnet all the way. Like, it can mimic your style so well. Like, it can really pick up on those nuances. Um, Okay, I think I'll go for the lingering jolt. That makes sense because I don't need it to be anything more. Let's go for the lingering jolt. This is meant to be scene setting and not like major or anything. It's enough to any of the deep, as in like the GPT deep models. Just I think there is the API for that. Let me have a look. I've not, but I can have a look. And now we see all my fine tunes. And then I go on to my face, settings, AI connections, move OpenAI above OpenRouter. Okay. I mean, I can give it a go. We'll see. Oh, well, it's nice to have you here. Pickles, lemony pickles. I'll see you later. Oh, DeepSeek. I've not used DeepSeek, mainly because everyone keeps talking about the different versions, and I don't know which version is the best, and so I kind of just like ignored it. I don't know. I kind of figured if there was like something, you know, truly revolutionary, we'd find out. That's still too hot. But I mean, if anyone has anything they want me to try, I don't know. I'm up for it. This is meant to be a scene setting and not like major or anything. It's enough to have the injury be more shocking than long lasting. I feel like I kind of repeated myself there. So what I'm doing real here is I'm talking to chat and I'm okay, yeah. So Space is saying the only working version is hosted by China and the ones in the US are unstable. Yeah. I might try it out later, but like I have enough pain with Claude not doing what I want it to do. So I'm like, I'll wait. um so the power goes out. Probably one that you have to wind up. I'm imagining, you know, one of those torches that you like have to like crank. That's what she's got. And I kind of just want to know what rooms look like in the dark when there, because I'm like, it's light at the moment. I can't just like go and find out. So I have a few scenes from when I was experimenting, but I need to get something to get my voice to then play around with again. Okay. Okay, imagine the normal lighting in an apartment is already likely to be dim and perhaps flickering even with power. Maybe a single low wattage bulb in the center fixture or a desk lamp. So when the power cuts, the transition to darkness will be stark, but not necessarily absolute pitch black, depending on external light sources. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to put these points in the beat for like the AI to remember. This is before I even write the beat. In a bathroom at the start, and so she she has a wind-up torch, has a weak but narrow focused when moving around the house, the flat, apartment. I mean, this might be things that the AI would pick up with anyway, but I'm like, these are important things for this first bit that I kind of want it to know. And so we'll see how this does. I don't often do ones so in depth, but I've kind of been curious about seeing how much they put stuff in and see how it goes. I heard someone say that they liked the Prose of DeepSeek. I don't remember which one. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's not the reasoning one because reasoning models, in general don't, but I could be wrong. I'm guessing it's. I'm guessing that the one hosted by China is probably uh the one. If there was, because there's different providers, that would be the one that does the best. Areas. Still very dramatic. Corners will become deep, unknowable pits of shadow. Um, no, I don't need to specify that. I think it'd make too much of a deal of it. Um, okay. Oh, I like that about sound amplification. I hadn't thought of that. Um, yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to use that, but interesting to know. Okay. Um, let's use the information about the lingering jolt. Okay. So this will be the stuff that I'm going to work on for the first like 400 words or so. Delilah's hand brushes against a loose wire. She gets a sharp, unexpected electric shock and drops her tool. It hits her on the face. She curses. Her hand still trembling. Her head torch then also conks out. Oh, it was an internal issue. Okay, I'll have a go because I was trying and it wasn't working. But then I will give that a try space in a moment. Okay, that's fine. Rolling in front of the boiler, cranking her head torch back on and moving it to contribute. I wonder how it is for Prose. Should we have a look at how it is for Prose, Gemini Flash 2? So I'm going to do apartment block, which includes the different characters, the house. So that's all added. So that's fine. Okay. Right. Let me go on to prompts. This is the last prompt I was using for this story. Gemini to Flash and I'm guessing he means O3 mini. Gemini. I keep missing it. Okay, right. Generate prose. Let's start with just doing a sonnet. I'm going to put some different music on. Okay, well, I definitely kept her voice, so that's good. She crawls after it. Okay, there's interesting here. It's a little bit like abrupt for the flow for the entire thing, but that is, I mean, you know, sonnet, always great. Let's try what this Gemini Flash is like. While I put some music on. loud. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of almost started it like a little bit slightly later. Okay, so Corey says that I've been using O3 Mini through my Open API key. It works fine for outlining. And hello, Matty. Hope you're doing well. And if anyone has any questions, like if you're just seeing me working on a beat, like this feels a bit. I'll put it in the thing in case anyone wants the beat. It's a bit beefy. Down. Even so. Um. Okay, there's definitely things to work. There's an attitude here. Like she has such an attitude. Um. Like I feel like that isn't needed after all of this. Okay, this is all just like random. Lol. That's just random nonsense that isn't needed. So I'll get rid of that. Bum ba-dum, bum 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 ba-dum, bum 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 ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum, bum. I might just see what the general purpose prompt does as well. Okay, see, I like that already better. I can work with this. I can combine some different things, get things sorted. Okay. What do I want to do to improve this? I'm just including some instructions, kind of like as I was talking about in the class, just getting some kind of like things down on paper, seeing what's there, like trying to improve it. Um, what else? What else do I want to kind of like emphasize? Um, okay. I think that works. She's close, almost there, then bam, darkness. Okay, what else do I want? Curses. Torch also conks out. Okay, let's see how this goes. I just want to write a short amount, like get these like 500 words in, and then I can like start tuning it up you know? Yeah, it did not make the first sentence impactful. Although it is doing better at following some of the other. Okay, I'm already liking this more. It's cramped. She's tripping over things. Okay. Okay, I'm getting there. It's getting nearer to what I want. Um, so I'm gonna do like a lot of kit bashing. I want Delilah is lying under the boiler. I think that's kind of the image I had in my head. So let's try this again using the last used prompt. Rude. Me. Okay, guys. Sonnet isn't working. Ugh. Well, that's going to encourage me to handwrite. I'll try Gemini one. Ugh. My mouse. So you can see that there is some AI-isms with Gemini, which is kind of expected. Like, I mean, it is a Flash model as well. Okay, well, that was better at least following. It's gone longer than I wanted, but when have we ever complained about that, guys? Okay. Okay. Oh, and I was going to see how much that cost. Okay, that was $0.0016, whereas like the equivalent Claude was like 3 cents, so much cheaper, like 20 times cheaper, which makes sense given that it's 20 times cheaper the API. But yeah, okay, I can work with this. I think. Yeah. Okay, I can work with this. I mean, this already like oozes her attitude. Like the voice sheet has done wonders. Just getting her general like. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dissolve this version, the Gemini version, and then open up a snippet. Do you have any? I can probably delete all this. Pin a kitbashing document. And so how I kind of tend to set up my kitbashing is I have one section dissolved, and then the others I'm going to go through and copy the content, do one of those little like and then I go copy 3, 4, and 5. And then all the ones below are like the full iterations. I'm also going to remove these all from the word count because I would like a more accurate word count. What was that? Accurate. I mean, you can tell here that's 800 words, and then these are in combination 1800. So this is obviously the longest version, and I'll probably end up cutting bits. I'm just going to hide that. But, you know, just going to play around with it. This is what I'm going to start working with. I'll try and explain my decisions as we're doing this. Question of the day for you all. If you had to give a Novelcrafter newbie like their first, like a tip, like what is the one tip you would give someone, like a random little thing that just makes life that much easier? Oh, hello, Laurie. Perfect timing. Yeah, we're just doing some work on beats, trying to get the new chapter 1 sorted. I'm gonna do some heavy kit bashing now. Okay. I mean, I like that, but I don't know if they have cats. Um, I'm gonna take this opening. I I'm going to highlight this because I feel like this isn't a swear that I would use or like that she would use. Like I feel like it's too current day. Like doesn't feel appropriate. Sudden all consuming darkness, the kind that swallowed you whole, the hum of the ancient water. To be honest, I feel like I'm getting rid of a lot of this, but I love Sonnet. You can tell. But no, I mean, I feel like again, it's a good generation. Um, Okay. It's so weird when you hear like see like American. I was like, "What's a falset?" And I was like, "Oh no, tap." But like, you mean you like your mind like doesn't make a word fit in your head. I also can't remember like if space is here. What is sugar in German? Because I keep having cukier in my head, and I know that's Polish, and it's really annoying me that I don't know how to say with sugar. Because I was like, well, there's metonic, but I don't know what with sugar is, and it might just be like something that sounds just like sugar, but I've got cukier in my head, and I'm just like, I know it is not that. Oh yeah, so I was going from the top again, wasn't I? Um, okay. Oh, Zucker. Okay, so it's very similar. Okay, so Zucker, Zucker, Zucker. Okay, that's fine. Um, okay, so we've got a tip. I was wondering then. So yeah, don't let the platform or codex overwhelm you. Expect to take the time to fill it out, and your time will be rewarded with better story. Yeah, oh my God, absolutely. That is what I was trying to tell people during this like the whole like first hour things, like, put in like what you know of your codex, and like your life is so much easier afterwards. The great tip. Anyone else got any tips for newbies, like things that they would give it as advice when first starting out, or even just like a bit of the interface you're like, people should use this more, like, like how you can chat with a scene or things like that. um that is much better. Bastard and piece of scrap. Yeah, that's the kind of. Okay, right. Okay. I think what I might do is start reading this aloud. That'll help me, I think, get a blackout. Now, really? After hours of wrestling with the rusted pipes and seized threads, when victory were practically within reach, it were almost a comical cosmic joke played at her expense. The water heater undoubtedly was now even more stubbornly broken. Would need a part she'd have to sell a thing ridiculous. Chad says, honestly, I'd prefer them to come to these and or browse the past streams, but that's very sweet. Yeah. I think like I do get that the streams are sometimes hard because it's a lot of information at once, and like just watching it doesn't work for everyone, like if they prefer like a concise answer. But there's also the really cool new Novelcrafter website with all the FAQs and questions and documentation, if anyone wants to go. But yeah. Okay. Don't like that. Okay, so what I'm seeing so far with Gemini 2, it is doing a lot of telling. It's mentioning a lot from the codex. It's like pulling in a lot. Like it kind of seems to be like more heavily relying on the input. Um, which is fine. Um, but it's interesting to know what these like little changes are and like what the so like the quirk of this model is that it very um heavily like relies on stuff. Okay. Um, this was using um it's space. I think this is Space's older prompt, but it's a lot of this is from the voice sheet. Like it's following Delilah's like thing a lot. There you go. I've put the prompt into the Notion document. Um, it's based on one that Space shared quite a while ago. It's in the Discord. If you're not already on the Discord, go to the Discord. People share their prompts. They're very generous with their experiments. It's like I sometimes feel bad not sharing one of the ones that I use, but it's so um it so sounds like me that it's not really useful for anyone else. You know, like it's kind of like a it sounds like how I just talk randomly. And then it's like we tried it once with one of Space's scenes, and it just made her story sound as if I'd written it, and it was like, okay, this is not this is not going to be useful for people. Um, um, Swinging the torch. Okay, that again, this feels like yeah, it's kind of like overshooting a little bit, like it's trying to tell too much with the Gemini, but that's okay. Okay, like good prose, but like not, you know. Um, I've got other stuff I can add in. Um, I'll add this in for now because that's like the nearest I've got, and then I'll like edit things. Um, okay. Um, Proper fried. Yep, that's a very Delilahism. Um, don't want that. Might as well. Sure. No. Don't like much of that. A lot of the time, like when I'm kit bashing, I'll just be like boop boop boop, delete half of it, like, and then of course once I've done that, I'm gonna then go over and hand edit things to try and make it kind of fit my style as much, or like what I'm looking for as much as possible. Um, I like that. Oh, okay, I would like that it's brought up the scrap. Okay, interesting. Um, okay, where was it? Is there anything? Okay, so I'm now looking where it mentions about the blackout dance, so I could go. Okay, I think that. Um, okay. Um, something to tribute. I really liked that. Um, okay, so I can delete all that above. And like because I've still got the all of the kit bashing here, like it means then that I don't have to worry about losing it, so I can just like delete as much as I want when I'm in the snippet section. I do want to exclude it all from the AI though. Bum 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 bum. The span of the coach died. Bruce perfect. Oh, I like that bit. Um, I prefer that sentence for that. Writing schedule that meant. I like that. Actually. Ba-ba-da. Okay, now I'm gonna read this aloud as I go and then make some edits. How much is it? Okay, 560 words. Okay. I'm actually kind of curious when I was trying to do like the whole scene in one go. Yeah, like 300 words. So it just did not stretch out this moment like as long as I wanted it to. That's fine. Okay, right. Let's get into it. Now I'm going to finish my tea first and then I'm going to get into it. Ooh. Ooh. Right, let's get to this. The copper wire gleamed under Delilah's head torch. One more turn with the wrench, and the leak would seal. It wasn't a leak. Latest. Okay, one more turn. It's implied, and the latest leak would seal. Fingers brushed against. She wiggled. She pushed against the fitting. She pushed against the fitting, testing its give. Okay. Come on. You guys, I need like a swear, some kind of like come on. You come on, you piece of jerky. The spanner caught, metal grinding against metal. Almost there. Just a quarter turn more and darkness. Sudden, all-consuming darkness, the kind that swallowed you whole. A sharp buzz pierced the air. Pain shot through a palm as a spark. As a spark arced from an exposed wire. The wrench slipped, spinning free. There's the wrench slipped, spinning free, being rude enough to connect with her cheekbone. Shit! Her head throbbed, the torch beam flickered, casting wild shadows across the cramped bathroom. Delilah pressed a trembling hand. Do I want trembling? I suppose it is trembling. It's literally a yeah. Okay. Delilah pressed her trembling hand against her chest, counting heartbeats in the sudden quiet. Drips echoed from somewhere in the darkness. A floorboard creaked overhead. The head torch spluttered once, twice, then died. Perfect. Just perfect. Bastarding piece of scrap. She fumbled for the torch's winding handle. The beam spluttered, died, then cast weak light across the cramped space. Empty bottles and spare parts cast long shadows on grimy tiles. A blackout now? Really? After hours of wrestling with rusted pipes and seized threads, when victory practically within reach, it was almost comical, a cosmic joke played at her expense. 2 more connections and the heater would have worked now. She'd be lucky if the surge hadn't fried the whole system. She cranked the torch a few more times, the plastic groaning under her grip. The beam steadied, a little, enough to navigate. First things first. Find a cloth, mop up the blood, and assess the damage. Delilah rolled out from under the tank. No. Okay. Delilah rolled out from under the tank, ignoring the throb in her cheek. Her head torch beam bounced wildly as she navigated the cluttered hallway. Something caught her toe. She stumbled. Court mentioned twice. I don't. Across the room before she caught herself. Practically across the room before she recovered. Who left? The beam revealed one of Kira's boots. Of course. The clanging grew louder, joined by the thump. Have I said clanging earlier? No, I've not. Someone below the clang of the back. Clang, 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 louder now in this, echoing in the sudden quiet of the apartment block. The old diesel engine coughing to life as everyone signaled that the blackout dance were beginning to begin. We're about to begin. Okay, get rid of that. See, this is like why it's so important. If you're going to kit bash, you need to like read over everything afterwards because, at least in my opinion, a big tell of AI writing, especially when you kit bash, is if the same thing is said twice very quickly in succession and you're like, oh yeah. And to be fair, AI does that as well. Like it'll like mention something and mention something again, even in the same beat. It just like repetition. So like if you have like I guess you could always like go into chat and use like a custom prompt or just manually search yourself when reading, but like be like, okay, I need to make sure that there is no repetition like really close to each other. If you have Pro Writing Aid, there is also the repetitions feature, which will look for phrases. So sometimes I've had like a 7 or 8 word phrase that's been repeated twice. But that only works well on like under 10,000 words, so you can't do it across the whole story, but you can make sure that like 2 bits, you know, in near chapters aren't like repeating themselves too much. And like handwriting also does that. Like if you're writing by hand, you will find that it doesn't quite like get everything, but you know, you wanna like keep an eye out for it. I'm sure handwriting gives you the exact same issues. Like AI is just amplifying human issues. Picked away. More careful. One hand against the wall. Torch cut. Hey, Chuck, how are you doing? The torch cut familiar shapes Kira's coat hook, where the dent where Delilah had dropped a wrench last month. The pile of scrap by her bedroom door. The singing grew louder. She needed something to contribute. What do they have? Kira would have hidden all the good booze. But Delilah had her own stashes. She checked behind the loose wall panel, under the mattress, above kitchen cabinets. Nothing. Damn it, she muttered, kicking at the loose piece of plasterboard. Then she remembered. The back of the hot press. Bingo. Dark and syrupy, no label. Probably homebrewed by the Dukovics. Could be lethal, could be delicious. Either way, it would burn. Perfect. Fodder or frack? Is that... Oh, is that for like when I was saying about the swear earlier? I can't remember. Essay. Um, oh no, it's always a pleasure to have y'all here. Okay, so that's my first pass where I was just like, okay, continuity, starting things. Now I'm gonna be like, okay, I might get rid of. Oh, I got two AI-isms. Yeah. I might have a look at those. I'm gonna then just see like how can I make it sound more like me, you know? It's just kind of like keeping going. The copper pipe gleamed under Delilah's head torch. I might get rid of that. First line of the story. Come on, you piece of... The spanner caught, metal grinding against metal. Almost there, just a quarter turn more, and darkness. Sudden, all-consuming darkness. The kind that swallowed you whole. Sharp buzz pierced the air. Pain shot through a palm. Uh... eh, I think I prefer that wording. Okay, sudden, all-consuming darkness, the kind that swallowed you whole. A sharp buzz pierced the air. A spark arced from the exposed wire, colliding with her palm. Pain. The wrench slipped, spinning free, being rude enough to slam into her cheekbone. Shit! Her head throbbed, the torch beam flickered, casting wild shadows across the bathroom. Unnecessary. Pressed her hand to her chest. A futile attempt to dull the pain. Drips echoed from somewhere in the darkness. A floorboard creaked overhead. The head torch spluttered once, twice, died. Perfect. Just perfect. Bastarding piece of scrap. She fumbled for the torch's winding handle. The bleed spluttered, then cast weak light across the cramped space. Empty bottles and spare parts cast a blackout. Really? Now? Or like a blackout? Now? Really? After hours of wrestling with rusted pipes and seized threads, when victory was practically within reach, it was almost comical, a cosmic joke played at her expense. If she believed in that nonsense. I always have to try, like, I don't know if you have this, but like sometimes like characters, they swear so much in my head, like they are, I swear it's like, but it's not pleasant to read for a reader to be constantly reading them swearing in like their third person limited headspace. Like you want to kind of tone it down just that little bit, and it's like, ugh, fine. Okay. Um, two more connections and the heater would have worked. Now, should be lucky if the surge hadn't fried the whole system. She cranked the torch a few more times for good measure. The plastic groaning under her grip. The beam steadied a little, enough to navigate. Delilah rolled out from under the tank, ignoring the throb in her cheek. Somewhere below, the clang of the backup generator vibrated up the walls. Her head torch something caught her toe. She stumbled practically across the room before she recovered. Who left? The beam revealed one of Kira's boots. Of course. Voices filtered through paper thin floors. Mrs. Ortega's laugh. The Smith brothers arguing about timing. Clang, clang, clang. Louder now, echoing in the sudden quiet of the apartment block. The old diesel engine coughing to life was everyone's signal that the blackout dance were about to begin. Despite herself, Delilah grinned. The Alves, most likely. Guaranteed they would have raided the maintenance room and bypassed the lockout security. She wondered what scrap they'd managed to use the generator this time. Delilah slowed down, one hand trailing the wall. I might get rid of that paragraph completely. The singing grew louder. She needed something to contribute. What do they have? Kira would have hidden all the good booze, but Delilah had her own stashes. She checked behind the loose wall panel, under the mattress, above the kitchen cabinets. Nothing. Damn it, she muttered, kicking at a loose piece of plasterboard. Wait. Delilah reached behind the stack of towels, pulling out half full bottle of something dark and syrupy, no label, probably homebrewed by the Dukovics. Could be lethal, could be delicious. Either way, it would burn. Perfect. Someone probably Mrs. Maria Ortega. Does she? Is Maria? I need. Okay, yeah, Maria is the mother, so that would have to be Mrs. Ortega for continuity. Okay, right. So, I mean, again, in that second pass, I cut out like 150 words or something. But I feel like that's enough to kind of get an idea of my style. And like, if I go to the... Okay, let's see. Boop. Okay, what's next in my beat? Okay. Let's scroll. Okay. Swinging down. Set the atmosphere. The downs. And residents are hanging up fairy lights and bringing out tables. Delilah puts a bottle on the... Gives her... Are dangerously trying to loop lights to the second floor banister. Her neighbors getting into the mood. Okay, let's see if Sonnet is playing ball now. Current writing. Oh, I was going to do Kate's voice, wasn't I? 450. Okay. Let's see how this goes now. Now we've got like this and it's trying to mimic the style. Like all of this, like literally, if I go onto that prompt and we go preview final prompt. So it has the codex entries. So you see there's nothing up there. It has the codex entries. Just go down. Codex entry, codex entry, codex entry, codex entry. And then we have... Oh, okay, there's this. Oh, I need to get rid of that sample chapter. Lol. It's an old sample chapter. Okay. Okay. How have you guys been finding like your beat writing? Like after the class, did you find anything that you started applying? I keep forgetting to section. Stairs growing beneath her feet as she swung down two at a time, using the balance of balance. Each landing brought new sounds, the squeal of badly oiled hinges as doors opened, shuffling footsteps, and the growing chorus of voices mixed with makeshift drums. By the time she reached the ground floor, the communal hallway had transformed. The Smiths had strung up their collection of salvaged fairy lights, creating a warm glow that softened the building's harsh edges. Charles was perched precariously on a step ladder, trying to loop another string around the second floor railing. "Oi, careful up there," Delilah called, setting a bottle on the rapidly filling table. "Last thing we need is for you to break something important." Charles waved her concern away. "Been doing this longer than you've been alive, lass." "Ah, he's retired, yeah." Yeah, and you weren't ancient back then," William shot back, steadying the ladder. Delilah grabbed the other end of the light, stretching up to secure them properly. "There. Now get down before Kira sees you and has kittens." A rhythmic clanging started up behind her. The youngest Alva's kids had dragged out their collection of repurposed oil drums, beating them with surprising coordination. The tempo quickened as Mighty merged with her battered accordion, its wheeze joining the percussion. "Delilah!" Irina appeared at her elbow, pressing a chip mug into her hands. "Try this, Victor's latest batch." The liquid burned going down. "Bloody hell, what's in this?" "Best not to ask." Irina winked, then raised her voice. "Victor, get the guitar!" More instruments materialized. Charles's harmonica, Maria Ortega's tambourine, even little Ivan banging enthusiastically on an overturned pot. Oh. Who, despite his grumbling, was actually quite light on his feet. Not bad for a Tuesday. It's Thursday, even better. I'll have to work out days. Like, I have no idea how Corey, how did you do like days of the week and stuff? Did you like make up new ones for like sci-fi? Like I mean it's the future. I mean, I guess they could just use it's not that far in the future. They might just use normal days. Do they have weekends? Probably not have weekends. I don't know. Oh, that's the things that you don't think about when no, I don't think they need new words. Like that it's not that much further in the future. Like we've been using months that are like okay, brilliant. Yeah, no, mine's similar. Like I was thinking like months we use stuff from like the Roman era, so what, like a thousand over 2000 years. So yeah. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Change that to decades. I feel like it's a I must have said something that's then like giving it to say that. It's annoying. What's in my prompt? Okay, yeah, bathe the room in a warm light. I've kind of cursed myself with that one. Oftentimes when you find like there's AI isms and different things, it's because you've done something that prompted them. It's interesting to see who comes out with the accordion each time we generate. Oh, that is adorable. Even like Ivan Dukovic contributed with enthusiastic tambourine solo that bore no relation to the actual rhythm. Okay, there. Yeah, see, this is like because I had a chapter that had. Okay, interesting. And then I'll try. Okay, yeah, I'm already preferring the stuff that's been based on the edited, like my voice. I mean, I feel like that's just AI. They landed in a heap. Maria's elbow catching Delilah's already bruised cheek. You're trying to match my other side? It's like, not quite. That comes up a lot. Oh, I like that. That's cute. Okay, I'm going to put that. I'm going to have that highlighted. Okay, that works. Okay. So, I think I'm happy with this. I would um like I'd need to spend like a good 20, 30 minutes kit bashing, but this is like a good I feel like the tone is getting there. Like um there's things I need to change, but you know, happy enough. There's some moments, real gems in there that I want to like start playing around with. So I will do that next week. Does anyone have does anyone have any questions before I go? If not, I'm gonna head off and we can yeah take it up in 2 weeks' time. I won't be here for the open hours next week. But yeah, any questions? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah, no, so if I go onto my Notion document, so my head, shoulders, knees, and toes is basically I don't like when body parts act independently of the person. So you know, like it's like eyes looked, fingers touched, that kind of thing. Like that's a personal preference for me. I don't like it when writing has that. And so I have a codex entry explicitly for looking for that. So it's like mind, fingers, eyes, nose, ears. But I just called it head, shoulders, knees, and toes because it was funny. For me anyway. you know. Um, yeah, then AI-isms, thoughts and emotions are things like thought, felt, wondered, knew, those kind of words that it's like you could replace with a stronger verb. And likewise, weak verbs, things that like she was running, you could replace with she ran, that kind of thing. Um, it's just kind of getting that like more kind of condensed. Yeah, like this is like, well, her finger's still shook from the shock. That makes sense because she had the electric shock in her hand. But like, if there was another, I think I probably got rid of them all by now. But yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, it looks like there's no more questions. I will see you all next week. Not next week. I'll see you all in 2 weeks' time. But yeah, let me just. Bye, guys.